very quickly, Oye, Shooting Stars of Ibadan. What's the story around Shooting Stars of Ibadan? They went away today on the road and lost by 3-1, and a lot of the players are complaining about wages not being paid since October last year.
So you know,
how true
is
this report?
Talking about it sounds as if we are happy.
It's a new season.
Happy just of bad news, but we can't help talking about welfare. This is a critical part of the league. Welfare of players. I learned that since some players said that since October last year, they have not received their salaries.
October?
Yes, October
2015.
last year. 2015, they have not received their salaries. So how do you expect these players to give in their best? A team that beat MFM 3-0 last weekend, should be encouraged. They should be motivated, but the reverse is the case. If not for a betting company that gave the team a brand new boss. Last season, I learned that the boss was breaking down.
Toby was talking about that.
At will. Sometimes the players will sleep in the bush. It's not good for a big club like Shooting Stars. These are the leading lights of the Premier League.
What is the problem with Shooting Stars? Is it that the funds are not coming as they used to come, or is it that the governor is not really interested? Because we've seen a resurgence of some sorts.
Yeah.
We see people now go to watch Shooting Stars a lot in Ibadan. The stands are filled up to capacity. So what's the apathy?
I don't think you spend that amount of money on a coach and not, not be interested in ensuring that the club is properly run. So I don't think that's the problem.
So I'm
really struggling to put my hand on, but I'm very sure it won't be.
How will salaries not be paid?
It won't be.
But at the time last year when the season ended, it was a well-known fact that the government cut down on
their monthly subvention from about 20 million or thereabouts.
From 20 million to 12 million. This is not even enough to run some NNL clubs. Big clubs in the Premier League earn even double, triple.
Because by the time we talk about the salaries of
players,
you
are going for away matches.
But at some point, it appeared as if there was a change of hearts. That's where I'm going.
No, but this is not reflecting.
But if there was a change of heart, and since October, these bills have not been paid.
And last year, we learned that the players were feeding on the mangoes, but now we learned that the tree has even dried up. So where are the players going to get the mangoes from?
Which trees have dried up? It's not mango season yet.
Okay, it's not mango season. It's not mango season.
It's not mango season.
So what are they going to feed?
You are not rainy season now. Let the mango season start.
What are they going to feed on?
The government will have a change of heart.
But
it's
that's an interesting story, really. You are the one that came up with that story, that they were feeding on mangoes.
No, but
this season,
the top official of the club told me last season that they couldn't feed the
players. They were feeding on mangoes when they were getting 20 million every month from the government. Now that they're getting to it, what are they going to be feeding on?
And the mangoes are no longer there.
That's an interesting story, but on a more serious note, I think Shooting Stars is a traditional club, and we shouldn't be talking
too much history.
I think it's an appeal to the government.
Yeah.
The government. If you are not willing, maybe you just find some private concern and let them take over.
Just let people share the
Then
burden.
let's know that the private concern has taken over.
Yes.
No, look, a club like 3SC, the government would not want to answer because of.
Then
fund
the club properly.
Bring people to share the burden. That's what so that you don't have to spend all that money. You could spend whatever you're spending now, allow some other people come in, still have a controlling stake. I know families that are 4-generation Shooting Stars fan. I mean, in my own family, for instance, even though you can't really call me a 3SC fan, but I lived in a house where everybody, any male.
What have you contributed to Shooting Stars?
I'm thinking of something.
No, but on a more serious note, this is serious business now. I think the government of Oyo State, I think we have to appeal to the governor to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
Really. That club is a traditional club. It should be competing for trophies every year and being the rallying point for the Southwest. That's what they used to.
Even should be known on the continent.
I mean, that's very powerful club, but they are struggling like sleeping giants, and I think it's time to wake them up, really. So that's our message to the governor. Please, let's have a change of heart. But if you think that is not worth investment, maybe just look for private concerns. I'm sure there are millions of people in Ibadan
willing and able,
who will be willing to keep Shooting Stars aflame and keep the stars shining for a very long time. So let's do the right thing. Not just for Shooting Stars, other clubs as well across the states that are going through this kind of thing. Let's have a change of heart and move on from there. All right, we'll go on a quick break now. We'll still be talking football, but let me just update you now with the games currently going on in England. English Premier League matches today. Half-time at the Emirates, Arsenal 1, Swansea 0, and the goal was scored by Joel Campbell for Arsenal. Stoke City, Newcastle also at half-time. It's goalless. West Ham are in added time, first half, 1-0. Half-time now, 1-0 over Tottenham Hotspur. That's the goal scored by Antonio. Liverpool have just scored now. They are 1-0 up over Manchester City. That's from the Anfield at the Anfield. And that's a repeat of what we had on Sunday, Capital One Cup final. But then the game between Manchester United and Watford is still goalless at the moment. Let me just once again remind you, Liverpool have just scored. So Liverpool are 1 goal up at the Anfield over Manchester City. We'll go on a quick break now. When we return from the break, there's still plenty more to talk about. We'll be talking about the Nigerian Football Pitch Awards. Tomorrow, Coach Samson Siasia and the Nigerian Football Federation will be unveiling the squad list for the 2 games against Egypt later this month. Who would you like to see on the list? Talk to us about it. Who would you want to see in the list of players to be invited by Coach Samson Siasia? We'll talk about it. We will also be taking you to Ghana to find out exactly what's going on between the Ghana Football Association and the Israeli coach, Avram Grant. A lot's going on in Ghana around that foreign coach. And of course, we'll fill you in with preparations for the Rio Olympics and some other issues around doping on Sports Tonight. So we'll go on this break, and then we'll be back with more. Join us again. All right, thank you very much for staying with us on Sports Tonight. It's time for us to move on very quickly to the final part of the show now. Let me come to you very quickly with this one. The 2016 Nigeria Football Pitch Awards will be taking place in Kaduna, 25th of March. Just fill us in very quickly. What's the latest? I'm hearing that the organizers are looking at adding new categories.
5 more categories, taking it from 16 to 21.
21 categories now?
Yeah, a lot of promises made. The 5 categories, you have the Rashidi Yekini Awards for the highest goal
scorer in the league.
Yeah, most valuable player men, most valuable player women, all in the league. Corporate sponsor of football award, and the Sam Okwaraji Award, that is for commitment to Nigerian football. A lot of promises made, a lot of innovations. Now you have the short list, you have the categories that they're all out. You know, maybe 1 or 2 changes because some things were noted, and the organizers did promise to make 1 or 2 changes. But you have the categories out. I'm very sure it's going to be in the media. It's going to be out very soon. But you have 21 categories, all to ensure
adequately reward all those who have played a major role.
Yes,
football in Nigeria in the year under review. All right. Okay. We'll keep talking about this. We'll be building up to it as we go along, and the awards will be taking place on the 25th, immediately after the Super Eagles have defeated Egypt on the 25th of March. It's a Friday. The night after that victory, the awards will hold.
The boys had better do the job.
the night, a few hours after the victory over Egypt, the awards will hold in Kaduna.
Yeah.
All right. So just prepare your mind, because I'm sure that the boys will win and they will add to the fun of the event.
Make the atmosphere good.
That's what we look forward to. Guys, very quickly, tomorrow, Super Eagles coach, Sunday, Samson Siasia, sorry, will be naming the squad for the game against Egypt. Kende Yeleke says, I like to see Victor Moses or Dion Igalo on that list. Tokyo Ashaolu says on that list, I would like to see John Ogu, Brown Ideye, Isaac Success of Granada. A lot of people are expecting that this is the first time Siasia will be back in charge of the Eagles. What are you expecting in terms of the list? Barrister Grant told us on the show yesterday, home-based players will start camp, and then the foreign-based players will come. I'm sure both sets of lists will be out tomorrow.
Well, if you ask 160 million Nigerians, we probably have different lists.
Yeah.
But I think current form for the clubs should be used as a major reason for inviting players.
As a matter of fact, the only reason.
And we have them. Some of the respondents there mentioned the players, and we don't expect anything less. We don't want to see players who are sitting on the bench or who are, not playing actively for their clubs. Or
not committed to national cause.
We must have players, because this is a serious game. We need total concentration. We need our best. The Egyptians are even better prepared in terms of friendlies.
Yeah, but played against Burkina Faso. Let's educate people. The the Egyptians are better prepared because most of their players, about 85% of their players, are based at home.
Yeah.